Tomorrow's bill is a bunch of fake news and fake talking points that will do nothing to rein in out-of-control federal spending.
Who do you think would have done a better job negotiating this than Speaker McCarthy? Who you think should be in the Speaker's chair?
Well, there are 434 other members of Congress. Nobody could have done a worse job.
People are furious. This is a bill that I think is going to be on the level of Obamacare when you talk about the amount of anger that the American public is going to feel.
We were being very successful for 5 months. This was a mistake. We abandoned the structure that was making us successful, so we're going to have to rethink it all.
House Republicans are in complete shambles after McCarthy's tentative debt ceiling deal with Joe Biden threw their plans to obstruct everything through a loop. A bill that already has major concessions to the GOP given by Biden to McCarthy is not enough for the Freedom Caucus members, with some calling it a, quote, turd sandwich. The deal is apparently enough for members to threaten a vote to vacate McCarthy from the speakership.
If a majority of Republicans are against a piece of legislation and you use Democrats to pass it, that would immediately be a black letter violation of the deal we had with McCarthy to allow his ascent to the speakership, and it would likely trigger an immediate motion to vacate.
McCarthy has lost some trust in how this has been handled.
What I said was we got to re-look at how our leadership structure is in place, something like that on Glenn's show, because we can't do what we're doing right now.
If every Republican voted the way that they campaigned, they would vote against tomorrow's bad deal, because this is the very thing that we all campaigned to put an end to.
I mean, how much confidence do you have in the speaker right now?
None. Zero. What basis is there for confidence? You cannot forfeit the tool of Republican unity. It was not necessary to do.
Is the speaker lying about the way he's characterizing this bill?
Yes, he's lying. But the bill is chock full of things that are cosmetic and artificial that have the same exact effect.
The bill as it stands already slaps a work requirement on SNAP beneficiaries, raising the age of participants by 5 years, greenlights a Joe Manchin-pushed pipeline that carries natural gas 300 miles over water sources, and brings an end to the student loan payment pause. All of these provisions were avoidable if Biden invoked the 14th Amendment, something progressives were pushing last week.
I'm very frustrated. I called on the president to invoke the 14th Amendment and mint a coin and do not negotiate with hostage takers. I mean, we don't negotiate with terrorists globally. Why are we going to negotiate with the economic terrorists here that are the Republican Party?
Even if you see progressives trying to wrestle with how to deal with this false choice, the thing that unites us all is that we should be invoking the 14th Amendment, that we should be having a Supreme Court that is actually reading the Constitution and do court reform to make sure that that is clear. That's what should be uniting progressives.
Thank you. The 14th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution says that the validity of the public debt shall not be questioned. And we've made a commitment to every Social Security recipient in America, to the Medicare and Medicaid recipients, to the veterans, to the bondholders of the United States, that we would pay their debts as we are fiscally, morally, politically, and constitutionally required to do. And yet, Donald Trump has issued the order. He said it's inevitable. Default